At the degree in top is 1 greater than the degree in the bottom, so I know I'm going to have a slant asymptote. There will be no horizontal asymptote. Then I want to see, can I factor the top? Well, I can see that they both have an x. So if I factor out an x, I get 2x minus 1. So I just rewrote this. That's all I've done. It's the exact same function, just rewritten. If I take the denominator and I set it equal to 0, I end up with the equation of x equals 1. So I'm going to go up to over to 1. And I'm going to make this vertical asymptote, which a function will never cross. Now, in order to figure out what my x-intercepts are, I'm going to take both of these quantities and I'm going to set them equal to 0. So x equals 0. Okay, watch this. X equals 0 is 1. Then I'm going to take 2x minus 1 and set it equal to 0. I get 2x equals 1. Divide by 2, I get x equals 1/2. X equals 1/2. So right there is another. That looks kind of different. Okay. Next up, I want to figure out what would be the y-intercept. And I can already see what it is, but let's go over this anyways. If you did not do that first, maybe you chose to do the y-intercept first, you would substitute 0 in for x, and you have 0, 0 over -1. Well, 0 divided by -1 is 0, and we get the exact same answer. Okay, slant asymptote. There's x squared, there's x to the first, and I need to represent the constant. So every position has to be represented. So x squared, x to the first, x to the 0. X to the first, x to the 0. X times what is 2x squared? That'd be 2x. Distribute, change the signs, and add down. X times what is 1x, a positive 1. Distribute, change the signs, and we don't care the remainder. This is the equation. Y equals 2x plus 1 is the equation for the slant asymptote. I start at a positive 1, and I go up 2 over 1. Up 2 over 1. And so I'm going to take this right now. And now those two dots make more sense. So if you've gotten used to the more problems you practice, it gets closer and closer to the asymptotes. And by the way, we can make an assumption. Guess where the next one's going to be? Which one of these three is it going to be in? It's going to be in the middle. Now, it may be possible that they say, hey, you need to be able to show us that you have 1 point there. So just choose 1 point. Go over here. This would be, if this is at 1, I would choose 2. If I had to show this, I would choose 2. I'm simply going to plug in 2, okay? 2 squared is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 minus 2 is 6. So I have 6 divided by 2 minus 1 is 1. Okay, so I'm going to go over 2 and up 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's my extra point, and this would suffice.